day 20 of Month of BizLove. I am Tara Swiger, and this is the Month of BizLove Challenge, 30 days to loving your business more and building the business that you want. There are 3 parts to this Month of BizLove Challenge. The first part is the workbook, which you can get at taraswiger.com/monthofbizlove. It includes links to the things I mentioned in the videos. The second part is a daily video lesson from May 25th through June 24th. There will be a new lesson every day. If you're catching this after that, you can find them all on YouTube, taraswiger.com/YouTube, and there's a Month of BizLove playlist, so you can work through them all whatever month you happen to be in right now. And the third part is the Instagram community, which will go on long after the live videos stop, and that is each day I give you a challenge for you to figure out in your own business, and you can share a part of it on Instagram using the hashtag monthofbizlove, and you will find other people who are working on that challenge as well. You'll also get ideas. Some of these challenges you kind of need to, you might have a hard time answering them for yourself, so you can get ideas in the community. It's a hashtag monthofbizlove on Instagram. So with that, let's get started. Today I want to talk about permission to not do it all. We talked yesterday, day 19, about saying no in order to work on the things that you really want to work on that matter to you, in order to use your strengths, to overcome obstacles, to get the support you need. You need to say no to things in your business. And some of the things are internal. Some of the things are things you just think you should do. They're not something someone else is asking you to do or forcing you to do. They're things you think you should do. And in order to say no to those, you need often to give yourself permission to not do it, because we have internal in our heads, oh my goodness, I have to do this. I feel like I should do this. So-and-so said I should do this. I've read that this should be done for my business. And so we build it up as something we have to do, and it's all in our own heads. And what I found is the best way to get over that, the best way to just let something go if it's not a good fit for you or your business or your goals, is just to give yourself permission, to recognize you have the power to grant yourself permission to not do it all. You also have the power to grant yourself permission to pursue the crazy thing you want to do, or to work on the project you want to get obsessed with, or to change directions at any time. The main thing I'm going to talk about today is permission to not do the stuff that isn't a good fit, or that you don't want to do, or that doesn't make sense for your business. So that is something comes up in every real life conversation I have with makers and artists. And in fact, when I was at Maryland Sheep and Wool, I talked to Sasha of Sheepspot, which you should check out, sheepspot.com. And she was talking about changing up her social media plan. And I said, that sounds great and amazing. And she's like, really? You don't think I should do X, Y, and Z? I was like, no, you have permission to do it exactly how you want to do it. And she said, you know what? I feel like you should walk around with notebooks that are actually permission slips, and then you could just write out permission slips to people, because she's like, just hearing you say I have permission to not do it like the way she had been doing it in the past, the way she had been learned that was the best way to do it, the way that she just assumed was the best way to do it. She's like, just hearing you say I have permission to not do that is like, whoa. So I realized right then I had to include this in Month of BizLove, that you have permission to not do everything. For starters, you simply can't do everything. Secondly, doing everything or doing too much, let's say in a marketing capacity, if you were trying to do Instagram, Periscope, Facebook Live, Pinterest, blogging, podcasting, if you try to do it all from scratch, you're not going to do any of it well. And in fact, you're going to feel scattered all the time. You're not going to have focus, and you're probably going to pretty much hate your business. However, if you can work on one thing with total focus, you'll get good at it, or you'll discover it's not the right tool for you, and you can move on from it. Remember how we talked in day 6 about reviewing regularly and working on what really matters in your business? So one way to have a good, clear review and experiment is to just work on one thing and not on 500. So that's one of the main reasons why you need to not do everything, is because you need to focus your effort on the things that that matter to you right now and that you can measure, and then get good at them, and then you can add more in. But in the beginning, or even wherever you are now, you can't do everything. So I was just sharing on Periscope that I wanted to do videos regularly for years before I started my podcast. And I would have spells where I think in January of maybe 2010, I did a video every week. through January and February, and then something came up and it just fell off and I wasn't able to get consistent. I wasn't able to get consistent with doing weekly lessons until I started my podcast it was 2 years ago, so 2014. And then I got consistent just doing the podcast. Oh, and about a year before that was the first time I became consistent with sending out weekly emails. And keep in mind, I've been in business since 2006. I wasn't able to get consistent sending weekly emails until 2012, 2013. And then I started my podcast in 2014, and it took me a whole year of doing that consistently before I started Periscopes, and I started doing daily Periscopes, and I've been doing that consistently for a year, and I'm just now getting consistent about uploading videos to YouTube once a week, and even that hasn't gotten consistent. Now this is a business, this is 10 years later, so if you're in the first year or two of your business, or the first year or two of taking your business really seriously, then all of this might sound like, oh my goodness, that's so much, but you have permission not to do it all. You have permission to start just getting consistent. In the beginning, you want to just get consistent uploading things to your shop. Then you want to get consistent with sending emails. Then you can get consistent with things like Instagram or Twitter or Periscope or Pinterest or podcasting or blogging. But so many people try to become both consistent with blogging and consistent with adding things to their shop and consistent with Instagram all in the first month of opening their shop, and they get really overwhelmed. And so you have permission to not do it all. You have permission to not try to do it all. I would absolutely, with the social media tools, go and claim your business name on them so you have them, but that doesn't mean you have to use them. That doesn't mean you have to figure out how to use them right away. What the biggest thing I see slowing down businesses is that they're trying to spend their time learning all of the tools like Shopify and Etsy and Amazon Handmade and Pinterest and Instagram. They spend their time trying to learn all of those before they take action and start selling stuff. Oh my goodness, don't do that. Instead, narrow it down to what's going to move you forward right now and focus exclusively on it. That's why earlier in Month of Biz Love, I asked you to pick one goal that is your one focus that you're working on. And I've gotten so many tweets saying, goal or goals? Should I do one or should I do three? No, here's the thing. You can do as many as you want, but you will move forward on each goal faster when you have fewer, when it's your only focus. And so many Starship captains and liftoff members who have gone through map making each quarter can tell you that the more they narrow it down to one real goal, the faster they move forward on it. In fact, often people set a 3-month goal, which is what the map making guide helps you do, and they reach it in the first month when they truly make that their only focus. So having 10 goals that you're trying to get to every 3 months, you're going to just barely move forward on all of them. But when you have one, you're going to move forward much quicker. And in order to do that, you might need to give yourself permission to not do everything else. So I've given you marketing examples, but another example might be like you just have permission to not work on other areas of your business. So if you're just getting started selling online, maybe you're not focusing on wholesaling or doing craft shows. If you're doing your first free craft shows, maybe you're not focused with selling online. I work with a lot of people who started out doing fiber festivals and craft shows, and then they want to work on their online business. And so they have to decide a focus for the next 3 or 6 months. Am I going to continue to do a craft show every 2 or 3 weeks, or am I going to turn my focus to online sales? But they don't have the time or capacity to do it all at 100%. So, message of today's lesson, you have permission to not do it all. You also need to give yourself that permission. So that's today's challenge. I want you to find one thing that you've been telling yourself you really should do. Give yourself permission to not do it. And then I want you to share it. Now, there is a permission slip you can fill out in your workbook, which again is at tarasweiger.com/monthofbizlove. There's a permission slip you can fill out, or if you're crafty or arty or you want to, you can make yourself a pretty permission slip of what you are allowed to not do and hang it in your office, in your studio. Okay? Hang up that permission slip and then take a picture of your permission slip or just of something around your studio and share it with us on Instagram with the hashtag monthofbizlove. If you are interested in focusing on only what matters in your business, you can check out Liftoff. It opens Wednesday. So by the time you're watching this video, it may already be open. You can sign up to learn more at tarasweiger.com/lift. There'll be more details there and you can sign up. You'll also get some cool bonuses like the tracking worksheet I use So I make sure and only use the tools that are actually working for me, and I figure out what's working by tracking them month over month and holding experiments and tracking the results in this tracking worksheet, which you'll get when you sign up at taraswagger.com/lift. Don't forget to share with us what you are giving yourself permission to not do on Instagram with the hashtag monthofbizlove. Thank you so much, and have a very permission-filled, wonderful day not doing the things you need to not do.